What's up everyone, it's just Blaze89. Today we're going to be doing the best class setup for the Lynx Cq300 in Modern Warfare Remastered. Before I get into the best class setup, I just wanted to say I know I haven't been uploading as regular this week. I've only put up 2 videos, I think. This will be my 3rd. But I will be back to daily videos after this. I've been ill for the last few days, but I'll be back on it from now. While I'm at it, hit that bell for notifications when my latest video is up, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Anyway, let's get into the class setup. Now the attachment I've gone for is the red dot sight. That's just because the iron sights are good on this gun, but I just find it's always more accurate to have a red dot. The suppressor is useful on this gun if you plan on playing at close range, but in terms of an all-round class, the red dot sight's the best way to go. As I've said before, I'm not a big fan of ACOG either way. So red dot sight we're going for as our attachment. Perk 1, we're going to go for bandolier. Now I have this on pretty much every class setup I have except for snipers, simply because it gives you extra couple of clips of ammunition, which is always going to give you more life obviously in your gun before you run out and have to go and pick up some random weapon off the ground. So bandolier is going to be our perk 1. Perk 2 is going to be stopping power, and that's just obviously to do increased damage. I have tried it with double tap and it's fairly good, but it kills pretty much as quick as it does with stopping power, except obviously you're using twice the bullets, so it's better to go with stopping power. Also I find that if you do take away stopping power, it is still a highly damaging gun, but it's not as lethal obviously as with it, because when you've got stopping power on, it's probably one of the most lethal, as you can see there on the game. It's literally like 2-3 bullet kill it seems at medium close ranges and 3 to 4 at long. Perk 3 we're going to go for is going to be steady aim. Now if you were planning on playing from a range, then I would say go with deep impact, so that your bullet penetration through surfaces does more. Obviously if you're planning on hitting people in buildings at the other side of the map or whatever. But being as I'm going for an all-round class setup, we're going to go with steady aim, because that allows us to be aggressive and push forward, and like you see there, you don't have to aim down your sights to stay accurate. You can fire off the hip and be just as accurate pretty much as you are aiming down the sights. As you can see, the crosshair's pretty small on this when you've got steady aim on, so it's well worth having, and it's good, as I say, for when you're being aggressive, because if you're up close at close range with people, then obviously it's quicker to just aim off the hip, fire off the hip and get the kill, than it is to aim down the sights, because that split second it takes to aim down the sights could be the difference between you getting the shot off first and them getting it off first. On the whole, this gun is basically like, if you've played Call of Duty Ghost, you may remember the Honey Badger off of Call of Duty Ghost. A really good versatile gun, kind of like a hybrid between an SMG and an assault rifle. And this is basically like the Honey Badger from Ghosts, pretty much. Possibly a little bit more powerful, but yeah, that's basically what it's like if you remember that gun. So anyway, I'll quickly go over what the class setup was in case you forgot whilst I was rambling in between. Attachment we're going for is red dot sight. Perk 1 is going to be bandolier. Perk 2 is stopping power. And perk 3 is steady aim. Sidearm, you could have whatever you wanted really, it doesn't really make a difference. I personally think the Desert Eagle is the best. As I say, it's your choice really. I don't tend to use the sidearm very often anyway. So yeah, in terms of how to play with this gun, as I said, it's if you use this setup, it is very versatile. It's good at long range, medium and close. It is literally, as I said, like the Honey Badger. It's kind of like a hybrid between an SMG and an assault rifle, because it's very mobile like an SMG, but obviously it's got the range of an assault rifle, and as you can see, it does a lot of damage at long range or close range, and whether it's off the hip or aimed down the sight. So there's no real set play style, just general Call of Duty tips. Like I've said before, if you're stuck for what to do, travel around the outside of the map, but go in the opposite direction to your team, because you're more likely to catch them off guard and flank them and get them by surprise. It's obviously easier to get kills from the back, and it's always better to get easy kills. Why make things harder than they have to be, basically. But yeah, the other thing I would say about this gun is it is worth having a class of this with a silencer, the suppressor. And I wouldn't change anything about the actual class setup. I'd just add the suppressor instead of the red dot sight. But the only time I would do that is if you're on a fairly small map small to medium range map, something like Bacon or Kill House or Shipment or something like that, something that's relatively close quarters with not too many long lines of sight, because if you do have the suppressor at close range and even to an extent medium range, you're not going to notice the damage difference as long as you've got stopping power. But once you get out to that longer range, having the suppressor on really is going to make a difference, because at long range it's not going to be an effective weapon really at the longer ranges with a suppressor. So if you want to have a suppressor on this gun, feel free. I wouldn't advise going full stealth and having the counter UAV on there as well, simply because it's going to affect the damage that you're doing. And as I say, I also wouldn't recommend it on a map like this or any other with long range, like long lines of sight. I'd keep it to maps, as I said, like Bacon, Shipment, maybe even District, things like that, where you can be fairly short lines of sight, short to medium range gun battles. So yeah, that's all I've got for this class setup. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications when my latest video will be up. And if you want to shout out at all, just leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to give you one. Stick around for the last, 20 seconds of this gameplay. Oh no, it's over. It doesn't matter. That's it anyway for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.